In the late 1800s and early 1900s, thousands of Czech and German immigrants came to Texas to start a new life. Along the way, this largely Catholic population built dozens of churches across the state. Though ordinary on the outside, they had magnificent artwork on the inside. Montse Alvarado takes us to Texas to see the famous Texas painted churches.
Polka, Romanesque architecture, and German beer. What sounds like the makings of a small European village are staples of this historic community in Shiner, Texas.
What do I love about being pastor here? Well, the kolaches are not bad, right?
Apart from Czech pastries and their famous Shiner beer, Texas in this community also boasts being home to one of the 15 painted churches that draws tourists to rural Texas. The small Shiner community of about 2,000 people was founded in 1887, when German and Czech settlers started arriving at the promise of more farmland. Bringing more than their customs, the incoming immigrants brought their faith, with about 90% practicing Catholicism.
It's a very Czech community and very Catholic community here. My wife is, though. I did marry a Czech woman, so there's this this tradition and this history of what this church means to this town. Of the focus is Christ, right?
The central gathering place of the community was St. Cyril and Methodius Catholic Church, named after the two Greek saints who played a large role in evangelizing the Slavic peoples.
And so this construction on this church began in 1920, and it was completed in 1921. Everybody who worked on the church was local. So we still have parishioners that talk about their grandfather and their great-grandfather working on building this church.
Father Brian Heyer, the chaplain at St. Cyril and Methodius for the last 8 years, shares just how historic the Catholic community is in Shiner, which is expressed not only through the generational construction of the church, but also the cultural decoration. St. Cyril and Methodius is one of the latest painted churches in Texas, not painted until the 1950s by a German-educated artist.
The artists that came to Texas were all European trained for the most part. So they're basically bringing their knowledge that they had and the work experience they had to Texas.
Bowie Harwood, author of Decorating Texas, Decorative Painting in the Lone Star State, studied these painted churches as a professor of interior design. In her research, she points out the Romanesque Revival architecture as well as the stenciled and freehand painted religious imagery throughout the church.
But the most impressive design statement is the huge panoramic mural located on the apse ceiling. It realistically depicts Christ in the Garden of Gethsemane. Dark in value with an emphasis on blue and gray, the mural contrasts significantly with the lighter character of the interior, thereby contributing to a sense of religious awe.
A church that's been on the National Register of Historic Places since 1983, it's not just the paintings that make the church beautiful and historic.
We have stained glass windows, which are original from Munich in 1921. They're both in Czech and in German. And so that shows that the people were, one, supporting the parish together, donating to have their words put on the windows.
Deacon Michael Murkowski's family was one of those families with deep roots in the Shiner community.
Just like with the rest of these windows, you see different families' names on that have been part of the community for a long time. It was honoring their participation in this community through history.
As Father Brian reminds all visitors, it's not just the polka and pastries that holds this community together.
Our faith is something that brings us all together. It's a sign of unity, because the faith certainly is that. It's bigger than the 2,200 people that live here. And so that's why I love it. And that's why I get up in the morning and come and celebrate Mass. And it's just excited about our parish here in Shiner.
Montse Alvarado, EWTN News In Depth.